Natalie, welcome to my Unsolicited Advice.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay. So we have a guest today, as you can tell. So she's my first official guest.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we'll just dive right into it. Do you want to tell the story of how we met? Or, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's nothing crazy.
I feel like you fully need to because I have the worst memory.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty simple, but in the year, 2021, August of 2021.
Yeah.
We both got hired as talent manager assistants at a talent agency for influencers. And we started within a week of each other.
Yep. Yeah.
That's literally how we met.
All good friends you make in like your career, I feel
100%.
like.
And like no tea, no shade, we trauma bonded.
Yeah, we really did.
Those who know.
Yes. Shout out to Lisa.
We were both there for like 2-ish years.
Yeah.
Just over 2 years. And I mean, we don't need to go really truly into much more about that.
Yeah.
That kind of just was enough to solidify our friendship. And Natalie is still thriving in the same industry. She went from one talent agency to another, and now she's like big manager.
Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about like what it's like to be a talent manager and all the things?
Well, I always say that I'm super lucky to work with just such creative and inspiring creators in the space right now. I manage around 13, and it's
crazy.
I know. It's a span throughout lifestyle, fashion, and beauty. I would say that beauty is kind of my bread and butter. I really enjoy it personally, and I feel like I just understand the space a lot better than like I would say fashion or lifestyle.
You love it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I'm passionate about it. I've been in it for 4 years now.
4 years.
Holy crap. I just like made that realization.
You just graduated college, basically.
I know, seriously.
She just hit her 2-year anniversary as a manager. You've done a whole undergrad degree of talent managing.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, not being a manager, but in the industry.
Yeah.
Which is major.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's so exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I briefly told you this prior to this episode, but I don't really want the whole episode to be about like job and stuff, but I feel like it's just kind of, I'm a big advocate for your job isn't who you are, like it doesn't define you. However, it is a major part of who we are.
100%.
Especially like, I mean, you're such a hard worker and your job is a lot of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Like you've traveled a lot, you get to go to cool events, which we'll get into, and all those things. And so I want to discuss all of that and like hear about it. But I also, of course, want to talk about like other things. We also have known each other for so long now that like there's so many topics that I feel like we could talk about.
100%.
I like don't know exactly how to dive into what, but I guess since we are on the job topic, I have a few questions that I think would be kind of fun to hear about. Transparently to those listening, we like don't see each other obviously as much as we did when we worked together.
Definitely,
and like we try to keep in touch as much as humanly possible. But you do live in the OC, so you're a little bit further away. And so seeing each other is a lot harder than I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
We obviously, I see everything through social media and I see all the cool things you get to do. And with that, because you have so many great clients, they're all doing all the big major things in the industry. What has been your favorite event or place you've gotten to go, or like opportunity that you've gotten through this job so far? Because I'm sure you're going to keep doing cool things.
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I feel like I've done, within the last 2 years, I feel like I've done so many cool things. But the first one that came to mind was going to Paris.
I was waiting. I knew that was going to be your answer. That was for Fashion Week, yeah?
No, it was I was on a brand trip with a client of mine at the time. And we were there with Makeup Forever. And it was amazing. I think it was like 3 or 4 days. They flew us out business class, which was like my first time experiencing that. So much fun. And I think what was really cool is that I love a trip or an event that you have an itinerary. Because it's really hard when you have an event where you're just chatting with other people and there's not really activities to do and like ways to interact with other people.
I've worked many of those events.
No,
so
right?
Yes.
It can get awkward when like you've kind of done everything that there is to do. But I feel like for that trip, they really had us kind of packed to the T of like things to do, restaurants to eat at, also like very touristy things like seeing the Eiffel Tower. Just going
I love
to
that
like,
they incorporated that into it.
No, it was really nice. And I think I talk to my creators about this all the time, but it's just so important to get face-to-face time with these brands. And I think that was my first time really interacting with them in person because their team is in New York, and like it was just so much fun. And then I had a sliver of time to kind of explore the city on my own.
Love.
And I just felt like a main character.
Yeah.
For like that
Emily in
hour.
Paris.
Yeah.
One could say.
Yeah, seriously.
That's awesome. I remember when you got the opportunity to go on that trip.
Yeah, I was
feel like
freaking out.
Yeah, you were. And I feel like you were texting us about it and like during the travels and everything. And I literally, I wish I prepared enough to find the text, but I remember being like, this is the coolest opportunity. Just live in the moment and soak it up as much as you can. Like something, I'm sure my cliche advice, it was something along those lines.
100%.
But like,
I'm sure like you probably made me feel so comfortable about going because I know I was nervous.
Thank you.
I know I was so nervous because I feel like, again, it was
rightfully
my first,
so.
Yeah, it was like one of my first big brand trips with 2 of my creators, and it was just a lot.
Was that the first time you went out of the country as well? Or
No. So my
Okay.
first time was actually to Dubai, but it was like a very short trip.
Oh my God. Okay. The way that isn't your favorite, but I guess if it was such a short trip,
It was.
I forgot about that.
No, honestly, Dubai felt like a fever dream because
The way that she got to go to Dubai for work is bonkers.
Yeah,
and it
honestly.
That was the first time out of the country for work. And it was, what, 2 days?
I was,
And didn't you find out that you were going like a couple days prior?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
No, it was crazy. So I think I was like not super new to the company, but it was like the first time we were doing like a team bonding event. And at the time, most of my coworkers were in the UK, and Dubai is just like my boss's favorite place to visit. Yeah, they were planning this trip and they're like, hey, like, why don't you come? Like, it makes sense. You're the only other team member in the US at the moment. Like, let's just fly you out. But for them, it was like a 3-day trip since it was a shorter flight. But for me, it was like a day and a half. And it was a 19-hour flight.
Oh, direct?
Direct. Look, it was
LA
Emirates.
to Dubai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was
would
Emirates.
be
It was a
that.
wonderful like flight. The food was
That's
amazing.
crazy.
But
Did they put you in first?
no, they didn't.
That's okay.
Unfortunately. I actually made like, it was like obviously my first time flying
Yeah.
out of the country. So I didn't realize that obviously when you check in, you get your seat, and I didn't know that. So I checked in super late. I got a middle seat. Both ways.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That, you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah,
We've all been there.
Yeah, I slept the entire time because I was like, I can't pretend that I'm enjoying this flight at all.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have too.
Yeah, but it was really fun. I met my coworkers for the first time in person, I think. I think it was my first time meeting most of them. And the city also just feels like a fever dream. Like
Dubai is for sure so many people's one of their top destinations they would dream of going to.
Yeah.
That it's pretty likely a lot of them would never actually get to go.
it's insane. It doesn't feel real.
I want to go so bad.
It's lovely. I think everyone should visit once.
Yeah.
But to be completely honest, it wasn't my favorite place. Like I just feel like it's almost too perfect.
Whoa.
Yeah, like it's so clean. It's like it feels so
Whoa.
safe, which is obviously great.
Awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, it almost felt dystopian because it was so perfect.
I feel like every photo I've ever seen of Dubai looks dystopian.
Yeah,
so
right?
That makes sense.
No, every single night they had a drone show and a fireworks show.
That's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Isn't that
But like,
insane?
that's crazy.
And then also when I was there, I learned that they simulate rain because obviously it's the desert, right?
Wait.
Isn't that crazy?
Tell me, what do you mean? Like,
So
it doesn't rain a lot there.
No.
So they
have drones.
The drones is what
The drones
make it rain.
make it rain.
So that they're not like in drought.
Yeah,
Or like
exactly. Just like give
where
moisture to
does-
the air.
what?
I didn't see it because I think it happens at night, and obviously I was like so exhausted, so I wasn't awake to see it happening outside of our Airbnb. Yeah,
What's the weather like there? Hot?
It was hot. I was there in beginning of January.
So wouldn't it raining make it more humid and like
It was humid.
and like humidity is like not like I'd rather be in dry heat. Maybe that's the Arizona girl in me, but like
I agree with you, but I feel like maybe for them the humidity's better.
yeah, that's true. What do I know? The Dubai community don't come for me. What do I know? But
No.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that blew my mind when I was
Did
there.
you eat Dubai chocolate in Dubai or was that like not really
no,
a thing
it wasn't
yet?
a thing yet.
Ugh, have you had it?
I haven't. Is
Oh my
it
god,
good?
it's so good.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
Do you have like the strawberry with Dubai? It's like the
No, but I've wanted to try it.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know if that's what it is.
It's like the crunchy part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like it's like pistachio, I think.
Oh.
Kefir is something different.
Oh.
That's like a probiotic or
Oh,
something.
okay,
I
never
actually
mind.
don't know. I know it's like a little beverage that people drink. My roommate drinks it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you
listen
what
to
that
me.
is though. I think that's like something dairy again.
Oh, interesting. I'm just a girl.
Yeah, literally, this is not a factual podcast. You don't come here for facts.
Yeah.
What do I know? Okay, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So Paris was the best, and you've also gotten to go to New York Fashion Week multiple times, correct?
Multiple times, yeah.
So cool.
I love it.
You've done the spring and fall.
I've only done the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
fun.
typically February is the time, and it's freezing cold every time we've gone. But I just love New York.
Yeah.
I feel like New York.
How many times have you been now?
Oh my gosh, 3 or 4 times now.
And it was all because of work.
All of them because I did once like after college with my friends, but like it was like a 5-day trip.
Yeah.
But in New York, I'm there longer. It's solely for work. I was actually having a conversation with a colleague because we go to New York so often because there's so many clients, so many brands out there, and New York is just I don't look at it as a vacation destination because it's
Yeah, I
just
wouldn't
so
either.
go.
Yeah.
Every time I leave, I'm exhausted. But like in the best way possible.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I've been there a few times and it's just always a great time.
I went to New York for the like first time in adulthood last September.
No way.
Yeah.
What did you go for?
To visit a friend who was living there.
Fun.
And I'm trying to figure out when this episode's gonna go. I'm going again in 2 weeks.
Wait.
But it's a surprise for my brother's birthday.
Oh, fun.
So now that I just said that, this episode can't go up until after, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna edit it in a timely manner. I'm going to New York for my brother's birthday. I'm really excited. We're getting matching tattoos.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What is it?
We're gonna get a little cactus because of like just like our Arizona lives that we had, because it just like kind of makes sense.
Wait, so he knows, like he plans on going to New York, but he doesn't know you're going?
So my sister and him are going for his birthday because they love New York. They've always loved it. And for his birthday, she was like, what do you want to do? And he was like, let's go to New York.
Oh, fun.
And so then she called me and my dad and was like, we're going to New York. I think it'd be really fun if you guys came and surprised him. And so we're all going. He just doesn't know. So like he knows that there's a New York trip. He knows the things he's doing on the trip. He just doesn't know that me, my dad, and my stepmom are also going to be there.
That's going to be so fun.
I'm
like that's
so
the best
excited.
surprise ever.
Yeah. Like for the very small amount of time I've spent in New York, I do think I love it.
I definitely see you thriving in New York.
Oh, that's awesome. I've had so many people say that to me.
I see you in New
But
York.
I'm just like, I love being in LA. Like,
yeah.
I'll have like 5 minutes every 6 months of like, should I move to New York?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah.
I feel like everyone has that kind of thought in their back of their head.
All of my friends have had that conversation
Yeah.
with themselves or with me or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about it?
I do, but I feel like my life is so, like, I grew up in LA or like outside of LA, so I feel like my life is just so ingrained in the city, I wouldn't want to leave. But if I were to go to New York, it'd be like for a year or like a summer.
I've said the same thing.
Yeah.
A summer in New York sounds so fun.
No, right? Okay, it's also like, it feels like hell. I was just there last
Like temperature-wise?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was dying in the heat and humidity.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous for August.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Because the first time I ever went, I was like 14.
Yeah.
It was February, so it was freezing.
Yeah.
And then I went in September, and it like
that's
rained the
perfect.
whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The temperature was good.
Yeah.
But like, I think the last day I was there on Sunday, it like rained all day, but like that didn't stop us from walking the entire city.
Love that.
We just had an umbrella.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Seriously.
So that was tough, but like still fine. But I think August is probably it's gonna be hot.
It's going to be hot.
But that's totally fine. We'll survive. I'm
Yeah.
used to the heat.
Yeah, might as well just like enjoy it.
Yeah.
You get like a true New York summer, I think.
Yeah. I love that. So would you ever leave California?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, I don't think so. I also think like the second you leave, you realize how expensive it is to live here.
Yeah.
So like it's just gonna cost an arm and a leg once you come back or try to come back.
Valid.
So yeah, I'll never do that.
Yeah. And you love the OC.
I do. I feel like I'm a suburb girl at heart. Like I love the city in like small pockets. So I don't think I could ever leave the nice like residential lifestyle.
Totally.
Yeah.
Your commute is like,
It's insane.
you're like a superhuman for doing it so often.
I know. On a good day, it's like an hour 20.
One
Yeah.
way?
One way.
Guys, pray for Natalie and
I
her
know.
commute. And you've been doing that for 4 years.
But I think that's what like makes it tolerable because I've been
you've done
doing it for so long.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't feel that bad.
Totally.
And like I'm a crime podcast girly, and those
True.
episodes are long. So
As long as you have a podcast, honestly,
Yeah.
you can tackle the world.
yeah, exactly.
Honestly, and this is maybe ironic saying this while on a podcast, but like I've listened to less podcasts recently because I'm not driving as much, like
Really?
as far as frequently.
No, I see
and
that.
I really like listening to podcasts exclusively in the car.
I think I'm the same
or
way.
on really long walks.
I've tried listening to podcasts on a walk, but I can't do a crime podcast because I think I'm going to be too scared.
Yeah, that sounds scary.
But like I tried to
You're gonna be
listen-
like checking over your shoulder every
no,
3
exactly.
seconds.
And then I tried to do like a self-help one, but I fully was like
I listen to like
daydreaming.
comedy podcasts.
Wait, which ones do you
Like
listen to?
Brooke and Connor make a podcast.
I haven't heard of
Fibula and Brooke Averick.
No idea. I mean, you know
Girl.
me. I don't know.
You're too invested in the like beauty community.
Yeah.
They're like comedy influencers.
Oh, cool.
I love them. If you don't listen to that podcast, listen to it.
Okay.
That's a good one. Honestly, they're the only one that I'm like actively listening to. Like when they post a new episode, I listen.
Right.
Or I'll go back and catch up. I think because I kind of, when I stepped away from the influencer space, while it's just temporary, it kind of made me like consume less content also.
I think that makes sense.
I
It's kind
also-
of like you were overloaded with the influencer content.
Yeah, and I'm also consuming just like different content.
Yeah.
And so, because I was listening to so many podcasts that were content creator, influencer personalities,
yeah.
I kind of was just like, I'm going to listen to these less.
Yeah, like I need a break.
Yeah. Okay. For those listening, in case my editing gets a little choppy, we had to pause for a brief moment and now we're back.
Yeah. On to the next.
Okay, just something I want to talk about because I feel like we've had this conversation so many times and it's kind of back to the work topic.
Okay.
Because this is applicable to my most recent episode.
Okay.
I want to talk about imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Because we have had this conversation many times. But I feel like something that, especially post the job we worked together, when you got your current job, it was a big leap in a direction where we had like, it was a lot of like getting over the hump of like, is this actually the right move?
Yeah.
Like, are you ready for this? All those things. And I feel like it's very normal for a lot of people to experience that when going into a new role. And I have experienced that every time I go into a new role and even when I'm interviewing for certain new jobs, because it's like public knowledge that I'm currently in between jobs, whatever. So I kind of wanted to ask you, like, once you get through that imposter syndrome, like how you feel on the other end of it. And then also just like anything that you have done that's helped you work through it, or like if it's kind of just like, you just kind of have to get through it and then you just forget about it. Do you ever still feel those things? Like all that?
Well, honestly, the first thing that came to mind was fake it till you make it.
Yeah. I mean, that's my life motto. So.
No, starting off, like when I transferred from like Insanity to GenFlow, I think the biggest kind of confidence boost was my new, now current boss, like believed in me.
Yeah.
And I think having that confidence that like, okay, this person who's creating this wonderful company feels like I have what it takes to be here, then I have to believe that myself.
Yeah.
And then I feel like these last 2 years have been very much a roller coaster of like learning of like what I can handle and like what I think I couldn't. And I think the best way I got through it was faking it till I make it, and like really kind of like gaslighting myself and saying like, you can do this, and like if you can't, like you're gonna have to. Yeah. I think that's been the biggest help for me.
Yeah. And you did it.
I did
and
it.
You're continuing to do it.
Yeah. And I think at this point I've been doing it for so long, I'm just like I don't really
You're
question.
in the make it.
Yeah, like I don't question it anymore.
That's okay. Honestly, the perfect advice.
Yeah.
Because that's truly all there really is to do. Like,
no, seriously. And even like when I ask colleagues in the space and stuff, they say that's kind of what they did too. Because I feel like, at least for me, I mean, I feel like you know this, I'm a super shy person when I like first meet someone or like, and I'm in a new environment. And I think really you have to put yourself out there in influencer marketing. And I think being like, okay, like if someone doesn't like me, that's it. Like it doesn't really matter. You're just going to have to deal with it. Then that also just helped.
I do have to say on that note of like you being shy and in your shell and stuff, I think you have flourished into a much more outgoing person and like someone who seems so much more sure of themselves, which is awesome to watch as a bystander in your life, and even someone who like isn't actively watching you every single day. But I do think that it really was the opportunity that really opened so many doors. It helped push you into the direction of who I mean, because this is who you are, what I believe is like who you were supposed to be. And like that, like getting through the hump of like, is this right? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I qualified for this? All those things. Like you kind of just have to be like, well, someone thinks I am. So
exactly.
You're going to do it until it makes sense. Like you're going to just keep doing it until it works. 2 years later, here you are.
I know.
And it works.
I know. And I feel like too, I don't know if this is like the right reference, but like being exposure therapy. 100%. It's like forcing yourself to be in this environment and say like, you really have to adapt. It's like survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
It's like you're failing if you don't make it. And like that, I think also kind of lit a fire underneath me, because I was like, I have these goals for myself and I know I can do it. The only thing that's like stopping me is myself. And
Girl,
I feel like
that sentence right there, it's like brutal.
I know,
because
right?
I relate heavily to that.
It's so hard, because I feel like also something that we all, like I always say, like in my job, it's like comparison is the thief of joy.
Yep.
And that's just like a big thing, at least within this industry. I feel like you're all like social media, the age of social media is just like you're seeing what everyone else is doing and you think, okay, like why am I not like that?
Yeah.
But like in reality, you have the power to be whoever you want to be.
100%.
As long as you put yourself out there and you're confident.
That was bars right there. That was a bar. I guess on that note of the age of social media and all those things, and considering you are so deeply in it and invested in, like, you see a lot, or at least in the creator space of the beauty world and all those things. I mean, like, you're pretty tapped in. Does working in social media and consuming so much social media, like, do you ever feel like jaded, or like do you ever consume things and then like it gets into your, like, social media is like, while it's great and we love it, and you know, doom scrolling TikTok is like fun and awesome every so often, like it also causes like a lot of mental health issues and like, not to get on the serious side of things, but like how have you like worked with balancing it being your professional life and also like your personal life when consuming it? Do you have a good way of dividing it, or it kind of just all flows together at this point?
I honestly feel like it all flows together, but I would say that the content that I consume outside of work is like vastly different than what I work with.
Ooh.
So like my
Tell
For
us.
You page, yeah, like my For You page is like barely any beauty unless because I feel like with TikTok at least, it's really easy to like manipulate the algorithm.
Yeah, I'm shocked
like
that your algorithm hasn't been manipulated.
No, I feel like it's like a lot of my content is just like funny random content.
Yeah.
Like people living their lives. It's just like silly.
Yeah.
But the second I like, I don't know, search up like 10-step skincare routine, like I'm immediately consuming like skincare content.
Yeah.
So I feel like I think I have really good boundaries when it comes to social media. So if I'm like, oh, I'm doom scrolling and I need to kind of like shift my perspective, I kind of do that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just so easy to do it now.
That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that not a lot of people are skilled at managing or figuring out. And honestly, I think I'm one of those people because I literally left the space because it felt like I wouldn't say that the amount of social media I'm consuming was the reason that I had to leave the industry, even if it's just temporary. I think I did feel like I was on social media 24/7 and to the point where like I wasn't consuming it personally, which then became detrimental to my job because not only did I have to consume it while working, but I had to consume it while not working. And like social media doesn't turn off. And like, you know that, we all know that. And when you work in it, you kind of have to always be paying attention to it. And that got to the point where like I loved consuming social media as a consumer naturally in my personal time. So then when I made it my job, I was like, now I literally never can turn off. Like I have to always be alert and like paying attention. I can't just like consume to relax because I feel like a lot of people who don't work in the industry obviously go to social media to like decompress and just like, you know, watch people live their lives or like watch whatever your like comfort content is. And like I basically essentially needed to touch grass. That was what I had. And that's why I started reading so much. Which like we'll also get into that because
I'm excited for that.
But that truly is, I wouldn't say that's why I got into reading, but I started getting very consumed by books because I was like, this is the only way I won't scroll on my phone. Like, this is bad, and I think we all do it, but like when you scroll on your phone in bed, like before you go to sleep, it's like the number one thing they say don't do because obviously blue lights keep you up or whatever. But like I literally started putting my phone away way early and like would read myself to sleep. Like that was my like natural remedy of falling asleep because I was like, all I do all day is scroll on social media. Like I have to do something that's not that. Long story long, like I commend you for having the boundaries to be able to like step away and like consume it when you need to and when you are doing it for work, but also you can still consume it without like making you feel like you're over consuming or it's like gnawing at your brain, because I thought I was like losing brain cells.
No, honestly,
not really, but like kind of.
No, I definitely get that. I will say like there was a point of time, like I would say when I first started at like as a manager where I'm like scouting for creators, and I genuinely felt like I was losing brain cells because I was like constantly like scrolling, going through hashtags, just trying to find the right creators. And I actually had a conversation with my boyfriend about it because I was like, he was like, you're spending way too much time just like working. And I think that also was like a good reality set for me. So like I won't say that I never have experienced that.
For sure.
But I definitely have a better like gauge now.
Yeah, I also feel like on the talent management side of things, it's different because like you're consuming your creators' content and like you obviously need to be aware of what they're posting and like all the things that's going on in their personal lives, but you don't have to be consuming everyone else's as well. Like at least when I was in the PR side of things, like I had to consume everything always. Like because everyone was fair game.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
And so that's why I was so like I was getting so overwhelmed by it because I was constantly scrolling through every fashion like influencers page all the time, having to know
organically posted stuff.
like having to know what they're doing when they're doing it, and every single post we were like, are they wearing anything that we've gifted them? Like, are they posting about it? And like at least for you, like you have 13 clients, so you have 13 in social media channels or individuals to pay attention to. I had like every person under the sun who has social media and that is an influencer. So like I do think obviously it's different, but you're still required to scroll through social media and know what's going on. So I feel like it's a tough balance, but it's good that you've like found your boundary. Obviously you're 2 years into it. Well, 4 years, but
we'll
like,
see how it goes, how it continues to go.
No, I think it'll continue to go well. I think it's definitely different when you're on the manager side of things. But
no, I agree. And I think too, like personally, I wasn't a consumer of like content creators or influencers before I started the job, other than the ones I followed.
Which is so funny to me because like I got into the job because of how much I loved influencers.
No, I remember when we started at Insanity, like you and Lisa would talk about all these content creators.
I would always be like, do you know this person did this? And you're like, no. And I'm like, literally, how are you doing this?
No, exactly.
Like, how are you in this job?
No, I know. And I feel like
It's so funny.
I'm still kind of the same way. Like,
yeah, I mean, I literally just said Brooke and Connor and you don't know who they are. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me. How do you not know who Fibula is?
Honestly, yeah, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, I feel like that's kind of also why I'm so good at managing it. Because like,
Yeah.
I'm not really that interested unless like creators that I'm working with or like I see
For
like
sure.
where they're going to be within the space.
Yeah, I know too much is
Yeah.
actually what my problem
But
is.
also I think that's a lot of power like within the PR space, don't
For
you think?
sure. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the things that I know of the people on social, like knowing so much about so many people on social media is like
It's a flex.
definitely it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Because if anyone's ever talking about pop culture related things, I'm like, yeah,
You
I
are
know
always
it.
the first
Like,
person I ask.
I know pop culture.
Yeah.
At least I try to.
Yeah.
I honestly think the older I've got and the longer I've worked in the industry makes me know it less because I'm trying to also set my own boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So like now that I'm not actively working in it, I'm definitely consuming it a lot more. So I know what's going on. But
Right.
like it requires a lot of time on the internet to
Yeah.
know everything that's going on in the world, in whether it's influencers or actors and other celebrities. Like, I mean, for a while I was really consumed by the whole influencer space, but now I'm trying to, know all the things all the time.
Yeah.
My girl Dumois keeps me in the loop on,
I know.
on the celebrities.
Yeah, I literally
but
only know them because of you.
obsessed. Obsessed. Like, you're welcome, Dumois.
No, honestly. She has a fan. She's a fan because of you.
Yeah. Now into my seamless transition has passed, but I'm gonna go into it anyways.
Okay.
The reading of it all.
Yes.
So I have to give a backstory. Natalie is a huge reader.
Yep.
She's been a huge reader.
Yep.
Oh my god, actually this just made me think of other things under the reading category that we can talk about that I didn't write down.
Okay, great.
You always, I remember since the day I met you, you always had an actual physical book in your bag with you at all times.
Yeah.
Going to the office, we went in once a week, but every week you had a book in your bag. And they were always the largest books ever, and they were so intimidating to me. And at that point, well, when I met you, I wasn't a reader.
Right.
And I literally was like, this girl's crazy. But I also was like, babes, you're at work for 8 hours a day and you're driving your commute. Like, when are you ever pulling that book up?
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
But like, I commend you for having it
Like
on
the
you.
downtime, just in case.
Obsessed. No. Oh no. I'm current Olivia is like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, my Kindle is in my purse at all times.
Yeah.
Like, Kindle is on me at all times.
Yeah.
Past Olivia, who wasn't a reader, literally was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And then eventually when I did start getting into reading, like, this became a very common topic that we would talk about. And Natalie, your favorite genre is?
Fantasy.
Yes.
Hands down.
Yes. And I was like, girl, that's crazy. I have to really, I'm giving the largest public apology to Natalie on the amount of slander and like hatred. I wasn't mean about it.
You weren't that bad.
But I really I was like, girl, I will never read that book. Like,
Yeah.
I will specifically.
I do remember this, like,
ACOTAR.
vividly.
ACOTAR was the book that I was like, you will never catch me reading that. It is not like, I can't get into the fantasy world. Like, I never was a Twilight fan. I never was a Harry Potter fan. 2 years later, I'm watching all of it. I'm reading all of it. The day that I decided that I finally was going to start ACOTAR, I obviously went straight to Natalie and was like, the day has come. And I'm really trying to reflect on like when and why I got to that point. Probably because everyone...
It like blew up within this last year.
Yeah,
for sure.
but I honestly think that I started a little bit prior to the major blow up. You know what? I actually have to give credit to also my roommate Sabrina, who is in the house right now and can
We
probably
bonded.
hear. Yeah,
Yep, we bonded over that.
She also told me that ACOTAR was incredible, and so I think because I had multiple people telling me to read it, I was like, alrighty, I'm finally just gonna cave and do it. And wow, did it change my life.
I know, like, aren't you so glad you did it?
Like, I'm literally, like, I have to just give you so much thanks for even planting the seed as much as I truly tried to, like, reject it.
No, I don't think you understand, like, how happy I am that, like, you're finally into fantasy.
Yeah,
like,
no. And I do have to say, I still have not gone to Throne of Glass or Crescent City.
That's valid. Those are intense.
They're intense.
Yeah.
And I think I've told you this. And I hope that this is a relatable feeling, I guess. And I have to assume it is because I know my brother is like this, and maybe it's an us thing. But like, when I start to consume something and I really love it, it consumes my every thought.
No, same.
Like, okay.
No,
So
I'm the exact same way.
that makes me feel better. So when I was reading ACOTAR, and I'm obviously going to have no spoilers, but I hope that those who are watching and listening either A, have read it, or B, would be open to starting to read it, because I highly recommend. Natalie highly recommends. But when I started reading it, I do have to say it was really tough to like get into.
It's slow.
It was a slow start.
Yeah.
And Natalie, oh my God, I say this, I use your words to other people who are starting it. The way that you would always be like, it's a lot of world building. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
But it
like,
makes sense, right?
Of course it makes sense. I'm like, what is world building? Like, I don't know how to read. We're building a world while I'm reading. Like, what does that mean?
Yes.
Okay, obviously now I get it.
Exactly how it sounds.
If you've read it, you get it now.
Yeah.
But I just like, in my brain was trying to visualize like what these like how were these books written, and just like none of it ever made sense to me prior to actually reading it. So once I got through like the first majority of chapters of ACOTAR, well, I remember I finished the first ACOTAR book at the end of the year, and I was on vacation in Florida. It was like right before New Year's, and I like remember exactly where I was when I was reading the last few chapters, and I was live texting you while finishing the last few chapters because I was reading them and literally like I could not put the book down. I was laying in my bed, the very intense end of the first book. I literally like shot up and was like, oh my God, I literally have to read, like, and I have a Kindle, and so I was reading on the Kindle, and so it says like how much time is left in the book, and I was like, I don't care how long it says, I'm literally sitting here and I'm reading this book. And I was live texting Natalie at the same time. Also wish I could just go back and find those texts. I probably could.
You probably could.
But like just like reacting every single line I read. I was like live reacting to Natalie because I was like, this is insane. And then immediately I was hooked. I was like ending the book on a cliffhanger like that. I was like, you will catch me reading the next one.
Yeah.
And so then going into the next books, same thing, like kind of slow depending on like, you know, where in the book it was, but like eventually we got through it. Oh, actually on that note, because talking about the obsession thing, I have 2 comments. One, while reading the entire series, every time I wasn't actively reading, I was thinking about the book.
Yep.
Like there
That's
would be days where I would be at work and I would be like texting Sabrina being like, I can't stop thinking about Reese. Like the main character of, like he was consuming my every thought, or just like
these characters have that effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel sick in the head because of how attached to the book I was.
Yeah.
And like I would look forward to just coming home, sitting and reading, which like love that. Like
that's
never,
the beauty of it.
Never in a million years would I ever think that those words would ever come out of my mouth because I was so anti-reading when I was little, which like, I wish I could go back in time and be like, you don't know what you're missing. But then I got to experience all the like tween cutesy books like as an adult. So I'm like kind of even more fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
No, I agree.
With that, I had to read a like very light romance book in between each ACOTAR book. Oh. So that I didn't
get too obsessed?
Yes.
Okay.
And like it so that it didn't consume my every thought. And
I did not do that.
Yeah. No,
I bulldozed through it.
I think a lot of people, I think doing what I did is a little crazy. I was so scared of how much it would consume my every thought that I was like, yeah, no, I need like a buffer.
I get it.
And so that was how I had to go through ACOTAR to where I think that that's also how I'm going to have to, you know what, maybe I'm a little more in control of my emotions and my obsessions now, but like I fear for what Crescent City and Throne of Glass will feel like.
I think, okay, I've had this conversation with you a few times, and like I love ACOTAR and I love Reese, like that's that guy, he's the guy.
Yeah.
But I will say I do like Throne of Glass a lot more.
You've told me that.
ACOTAR, yeah. And I think it's because it's again a lot more world building, but it's like 8 books I think in the series, so it's like deep like world building and like understanding the characters and like how they develop throughout all of these books. And I feel like you get way more invested in these characters than you would in ACOTAR.
Which is scary
Which
for
is
me.
scary because like you already got super invested with ACOTAR creators.
Yup. Job on the brain.
I know.
Characters.
Throne of Glass I haven't read Crescent City actually. Because I actually think that Crescent City, I think we've also had this conversation where like ACOTAR is a great book to start reading fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a good like introduction to fantasy. And then I think Throne of Glass is right after, and I think Crescent City is after that. I feel like I look at fantasy in like different levels, whereas like ACOTAR is a little bit more romantic. With like a sprinkle of fantasy. I think Throne of Glass is like a good middle, whereas Crescent City is like almost top tier fantasy.
Whoa.
Like I don't know. I could be completely like watching this because I didn't fully read. Like,
Did you ever attempt to read Crescent City?
I tried to, but it was like almost too much fantasy for me.
Okay, see, that's where you lose me because you know what I love about ACOTAR is the romance part.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
Yeah, so I feel like it was really hard. I don't know. I tried reading it like right when it came out, which was like years ago. And
you own it.
I own it. And I feel like I have these moments where I get lulls in reading. So like maybe
Gotta
I was just
dust
in a
it
lull.
off the bookshelf.
Yeah, I think maybe I need to like retry. But I think there's a certain character where it's like you have to visualize is like literally part animal, part human.
Wait, someone's told me that before.
And I think that was hard for me. And like when I was younger, like I would read books like that all the time. But like as an adult, it was like almost really hard for me to visualize. So I was like, I can't read this book if I can't literally think of the character.
Did you know that there's people in this world who, when they like read or think or whatever, they like don't see images in their brain? And there's also people who don't have a voice inside their head. Do you have a voice inside your head?
I do. I talk to myself all the time.
Thank God. Because I've had conversations with people who are like, well, my sister-in-law is one of them, and to this day I don't think she's accurate, but like I'm not going to tell her she's wrong because no one's ever going to know. But me and my brother had an argument with her because we were like, what do you mean there's no voice inside your head? And she's like, what do you mean there is a voice inside your head? And me and my brother were like, we're on the same page here, right? Okay, sorry to those watching on video, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Anyways, back to it.
I've had this conversation with so many people, and I'm like,
I'm glad that this is a common topic to discuss.
No, really, because I always think, like, I'm constantly like talking to myself or like just thinking a million things at once. And I've asked people, like, is it quiet in your head all the time? Like, are you just thinking nothing, or like is there noise? And like I've met a lot of people who said it's just quiet. And I'm like, that kind of scares me more than talking to myself or thinking of things.
That sounds so scary.
No, right?
So I'm curious for those people who don't have voices inside their heads. So like if you're one of those people, please chime in. Like if there's a song in your head, do you hear the song? Or like is it like, or do you just don't get songs stuck in your head? Like these are the things that, how does anyone, I guess all we know is what people tell us. Like there's no way to really know the logic, or like is there like brain scans?
I have no idea.
Obviously these are all rhetorical questions, but like
I think it's kind of scary just to think about it being quiet, like dead quiet in my head.
Couldn't be me. There's always something going on up there.
Yeah, same.
But back to the reading books and visualizing things. There's also people who don't. If you close your eyes, like you can, like I can see things. Yeah. Like I can envision things, and when I'm reading, like I'm building. It's honestly hand in hand with what you said, world building. But I'm like, it's visually being built inside my brain.
Wait, I just recently learned this. Like if you close your eyes and like say that you think of apple, you can see apple, like an apple. I can't see it.
Oh.
But like I think about apple and I know what an apple looks like. So I'm like, that's an apple. Is that the same thing?
Okay, so when I close my eyes and I like envision things, like it's still black behind my eyelids, obviously, but like I can kind of get the vision in my head, but it's not like a picture's like, it's not like a movie behind my eyelids.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what that meant.
But it's like when you dream, you like see things, right? So it's kind of like that vibe, I think.
Oh,
but it's not like I don't know, but I guess like maybe it's just like your imagination,
right?
Is like you're envisioning.
Okay.
Things.
Then I can
like
see
when
it.
you're reading, like in your brain, you're kind of like you can see kind of like what.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you see faces of like the characters.
Yes.
Like on that note, when I was reading at guitar, I did not want to look at any. I think we maybe had this conversation. I did not want to look at any of like the made up sketches that people had on social media, of, like what they thought each character looked like. Yeah. Because I was like, that's gonna mess with my vibe because I'm creating them in my brain. I also, and this might be crazy, I don't know if this is a thing that other people do, but when I'm reading like most books, even if I know generally what the characters look like, whether it's like based on a movie or a show or there's already been something made, whatever, the main character usually is me. Yeah. Even at the very beginning of a book, when like the author's in detail describing what this person looked like, she could be a redhead, a blonde, short hair, like a completely different description than me. Yeah. I'm still gonna envision myself as the main character the entire time I'm reading that book.
No, honestly, I think I do the same thing.
Okay,
because like I can. Again, like when they're describing it, I'm like, okay, like this is what she looks like. But as I'm reading, I don't picture that description.
No, me neither.
So yeah, like I don't.
It's always me.
Yeah, I don't see myself as like acting out the scenes in the book.
Okay, so when I'm reading, I'm like also
like
watching. I'm like, it's not me doing it, but like when I'm reading, I feel like I'm also kind of watching a movie in my brain. Because like I can envision, and it's never truly factual or accurate to what the book is describing fully. But like, for example, I read this book that was based in Beverly Hills. Okay. So like I live in Beverly Hills. I know what Beverly Hills looks like. And when they were describing like certain places that they were and stuff, like I was putting myself in those places. So I had that hands-on experience to like kind of do that. And like the love interest, obviously I just like built some like my dream man in my head, which like, to be fair, the little cartoons because obviously they were the cartoon characters on the front of the book kind of book.
Oh yeah.
And like they were relatively accurate to like what was in my head. So like I wasn't too far-fetched. Yeah. Like whenever I think about scenes in that book, I'm thinking about it as if I lived it in that moment, in that place.
No, I do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely do the same thing.
That makes me feel good.
But I think it's interesting too, because like obviously the Summer I Turned Pretty is a really big thing, right?
That was oh my God, I just thought of another thing. So we have to talk about that.
No, yeah.
You're a huge fan.
Yeah, huge fan. But I read the books in like middle school.
Yeah.
So I remember when the show first came out, I didn't watch it because I was like...
We talked about this.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because I was like, they're completely different. I love Lola Tongue.
Yeah.
Hands down was the best casting ever. But I think Jeremiah and Conrad were kind of like my pain points, and I was like, they're not my Conrad and Jeremiah.
Right. Because they were different inside your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously I watched it when season 2 came out. So like I caught up, fell in love with it, and now I see it. But even like thinking about season 3 and all these episodes coming out, they still aren't like matching for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that's like the reason that I started reading, which I think you know this, but I maybe have said this on the internet before, I don't know, but I started reading because the movie Where the Crawdads Sing was coming out, and my friend was working at Hello Sunshine at the time, and they were the ones that produced the movie, and she was gonna have a watch party, and
so cool.
everyone was like, it's based on a book, and like Hello Sunshine is like a book company, you know, like it's Reese's. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, oh my God, if everyone's read this book but me, that's so embarrassing. So I was like, I'm gonna try and read this book before the movie comes out. And my friend who worked at the company obviously had the book. So I was like, can I borrow that?
Yeah.
And I read it.
Wait, so that was the book that started off
That was the book that started everything.
Wow.
And obviously it's not the first book I ever read, but it was the first book I intentionally read. And because I was like, I must finish this book before this movie comes out, because never in my life have I read a book before the movie, and now is my opportunity. Because like when we were little, I feel like a lot of like little girls, you like had Twilight, you read the books and then you saw the movie, or like Harry Potter, you read the books and then you saw the movie, which also two fantasy things that I like never could have wrapped my head around as a kid. And there was really not a lot of opportunities for me to do that. And like, I don't know, this might be really niche, but do you know the book series The Click?
Yes.
Did you ever? And there was also like a movie.
Yes. I watched the movie but didn't read the book.
Okay, so same.
Okay.
So I watched the movie and then was like, maybe I should try reading the books. And I'm pretty sure every book was an individual girl, like her character had her own book. Yeah, I think I maybe read Claire because she was the main character. I maybe read like one of the books, if I even finished it, because I don't think I ever finished a book as a child. Yeah, so I never had the opportunity to do that. So then I read Where the Crawdads Sing, and I remember finishing that book being like, I just enjoyed that entire experience. Like, I can't believe I just read a full book. I love that. Like, I enjoyed every moment of it. Yeah. Like, that sounds so stupid, but like for someone who hated reading her entire life, like it was pivotal. Yeah. And then I saw the movie and then I was like, wow, to know like what is going to kind of happen, but also not really, like it's because it's going to be different. Like it was an experience that I obviously had never had before. Yeah. And so there was levels of like disappointment because I had envisioned things in my head while reading that book that then didn't translate into the movie. Yeah. And then I was like, wow, so this is what people felt like when like Twilight and Harry Potter came out, which like I don't know how much disappointment was around either of those. Yeah, it's just like knowing basically what's gonna happen. Yeah. So then back to The Summer I Turned Pretty, I actually don't know if when did they like announce that the first season was coming out?
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
Like it wasn't announced that far ahead of it actually be like I don't know factually timeline of it all, but I do know that I read all 3 books before all of the seasons. So I also then went into those shows with the experience that you had of like, you know what's going to happen in the books. And I think I read the 3rd book after the 2nd season was out. So by the time that I was reading that book, Belly, Jeremiah, and Conrad, like they were like Lola Tongue was my belly and my brain. Yeah. And so like there was that, but now watching season 3, I am constantly recalling what happened in the book, being like, is it happening? Like, Jenny Han, where is the scene? What's happening? How are you going to like incorporate this? Yeah. And but I also did that kind of a long time ago now that I'm like, maybe I just give it a quick reread.
Yeah. No, I actually just listened to all of the audiobooks. I've been doing that recently. So like if it's books I've read in the past, I'll just re-listen to them via audiobook to kind of see like how their voices sound or like, but it's been like a really fun experience. I did that with Akatar, which was really fun.
We talked about this. Yes. I remember when you were doing that. Okay, coming up to a sex scene like in an audiobook sounds crazy to me.
I actively stopped listening to it so I tried listening to Icebreaker.
Oh, we also talked about this because I feel like I need to make a little like PSA because like I'm afraid of anyone close to me who may be listening to this, and it's not something I'm ashamed of. Yeah. But for anyone who's listening who's a girl who enjoys romance or romantasy, I don't want to use the word, but like smut is just it's a great category.
It really
is. When you're a girl in your 20s, like smut is just so enjoyable.
And like, I feel like there's no shame in it.
There's no shame in it. And I've made the public announcement to many of my close people in my life. Like I've said it in work environments, which probably is weird, but I've worked with a lot of females, so it's fine. I literally tell people all the time I love smut. So like, it's fine.
It really brings a different level of depth to a book. Yeah. Because obviously it's such a vulnerable scene.
To go X-rated for a second, like all my guy friends who don't get it, they're like, you're reading porn. I'm like, that's not what it is.
It really isn't.
It's literally not.
In reality, in hindsight, it like makes sense.
It's like totally fine though. Yeah. And so Icebreaker is like a super smutty book.
Super smutty. And I didn't know how.
I think it was my first like super, like that book got me even more into smut than like, I should go in my Goodreads and figure out my order of when I read certain books. But I read that one being like, if you like smut, you have to read this. Mandatory.
No, honestly, because I think when I was reading like Akatar and stuff, I was like, this is smut. But in reality, there's not very much in it. Like there's good scenes.
Yeah.
But like it's not super, super X-rated.
Totally.
But like
but the scenes are fairly X-rated when they are there. But it's not like frequent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Icebreaker, I was literally sitting in like bumper to bumper traffic. Oh
my God, it's like sex scene after sex. It's really not. But it is
like,
a lot.
The first sex scene, I was like, okay, I can get through it. Like it's not awkward. Like I'm just a girl listening to an audiobook, right?
Yeah, of course.
But it got so graphic. I was like, I have to turn this off. Like I was blushing in my car. Fully no one could see me, but like I just couldn't get through it. And I haven't listened to it since.
That's honestly valid. I feel like my cousin or something was also listening to an audiobook that was either that one or like something of that nature. Yeah. And I remember she told me she was listening to it via audiobook and I was like, girl, that's a crazy choice. Yeah. I'm like, I would not audiobook that.
Yeah.
But I'm not an audiobook girly, but I think it's because I've just recently become such a lover of reading that like the act of looking at the page, like it's more fun for me.
No, I get that. And I think that's really the only reason why I'm rereading books I know I love.
Totally.
Like if it's a new book, I've tried and I can't get into it. So like knowing what's coming.
That's so true.
That helps.
Because then it's like seeing the movie or watching the show or whatever. Okay.
Exactly.
That's so valid. I've never reread a book thus far in my life. So maybe I'll have to determine.
You'll get to a point.
I will for sure get to a point.
Yeah.
But there's just like a plethora of books in the world that you can read.
I think about this often. Like
it's the overwhelming thought of how many books there are to read.
Yeah. And like you're never gonna read every single book in the world. And like that stresses me out because I wish I could.
Yeah. I actually don't wish I could because there's tons of books I don't want to read. But
Fair.
like it's like the decision of what to read next is like super stressful for me because I'm like, there's a trillion books I want to read.
Yeah. Well, do you not get in really bad like reading slumps? Because I like struggle with it a lot.
It depends. I think that my secret to success is I'm a library girly. Like
I've tried doing that, but I can't get into it.
Okay, but I think I've told you this, that like if I was gonna start a new hobby, I can't have it be something that takes money from me. And knowing that the library is free books, like I'm going to use the library. Yeah. And the library also, you can get Kindle library books, which is like life hack of the. Do you have a Kindle? No. You're such a physical book girl though.
Yeah, I'm like 50-50. I really wanted one at Christmas and then I last minute changed my mind because like I don't want to lose like the art of just holding the book, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I still go back and forth.
Those big books are so hard to hold. I love to lay in bed in the pitch black on my side reading my book at night.
Honestly, that does sound really nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah, because like I can't read in the dark with like an actual book. Sorry. And I'll like I get it. You get tired holding that book.
Yeah.
Sleeping in bed.
Yeah.
And then turn off the light and then you're done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. But
with the library system, it helps my slumps a little bit when I have to return a book, so you have to finish it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've also definitely had books longer than the due date, but like I don't get charged, so it's fine. Nice. There's also life hack. I hope I don't get in trouble from the library for sharing this life hack because the librarians are obviously watching my podcast. Mm-hmm. If you have a Kindle and you have a library book, if you just turn your Kindle on airplane mode, it won't return because they're all attached to the internet. Right. Like that's how you get your books. It's like a 2-week period or something. I think some libraries you can do like 21 days with the book. Mm-hmm. On the Kindle. And if your Kindle's just like always connected to the internet, whatever, like if you don't finish that book, like the book will be removed. Like they'll take it back after 21 days.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how that works literally at all. But if you airplane mode, like it won't go away. So I just, every time I know that I'm reading a long book that I'm not going to finish, I just airplane mode. Nice. So I can.
The whole time though? Like until you finish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because then the second you turn it off, the book disappears.
Right.
Which like is fine. You don't need Wi-Fi on your Kindle until you're getting a new book. And I'm never getting multiple at once, really.
Right.
So that's my life hack. So I have more than just the time of the library. However, because of that, like I do try and read as much as I can. Mm-hmm. But I also like there's so many books that I want to read that I'm either on the wait list for, whatever, that when they become available, you have to either like read them in that moment or you just like have to get back on the wait list. Mm-hmm. So if I'm in a slump, I kind of have to like just force myself through it.
Yeah, you're like, this is my time and I need to take advantage of it.
There are definitely books that I'll be reading and I'm like, oh my God, this is so hard to get through.
No, I actually wanted to talk to you about this because you're reading Onyx Storm.
Yeah, that was my other question was going to be like what book you're reading right now, but I'm reading Onyx Storm, yeah.
No, yeah, because I tried to read Iron Flames one before that, right? Yeah, I tried reading it. I could not get through it. So I've like, what is it? I put it on my like TBR.
Yeah,
TBR list because I just can't I just couldn't get into it, and it's still on hold at this moment.
What part are you at? And like, no,
I literally started it and I couldn't.
Oh,
like I'm not even a chapter.
Did you like Fourth Wing though?
I did.
Okay.
Because that's like the caveat, because when I read Fourth Wing, I was like, I'm out of my slump. Like this is one of the one of the newer best fantasies I've ever read, and I love the characters. Like I just love the dragons.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is perfect. Like this is another series I'm gonna get invested in, like ACOTAR.
Yeah.
But Iron Flame is just a lot more like background.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm trying to remember even what, to be fair, when I started Onyx Storm, and I'm pretty sure the reviews for Onyx Storm like weren't as good as probably just Fourth Wing. I feel like Iron Flame and Onyx Storm probably both had like similar, just because like Fourth Wing was so good.
I feel like too, like she not rushed it. Like I think it took like a year for her to write, but that's still pretty quick. For it to be like a big fantasy book.
I think you kind of just have to like power through. Like, you know how I told you I couldn't get through the first like basically first half of ACOTAR?
Yeah.
Like you just kind of have to power through it, and then when you do, you're like, okay, wait, we're good. I think these fantasy authors are really good at making like the last few chapters the most interesting.
They do that.
And then you're on a cliffhanger, and then you're pissed because you're like, where's the next book? If it's not out yet.
Yeah.
But I think I remember Iron Flame being like that. Oh yeah, Fourth Wing also ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So doesn't that specific cliffhanger make you curious?
It did, but I feel like
Not enough to make you keep reading.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like the beginning of Iron Flame, I was like, I really want to know, but it's boring right now, so I don't care.
No, yeah, there's definitely parts where you just kind of have to get through it, but I get that. So what are you currently reading?
So I know how you brought up like reading a book and then watching a movie. So I've actually challenged myself to read my favorite movies / TV shows. So I just finished Breakfast at Tiffany's by Truman Capote. The movie was way better than the book, but only because I do think like that book was written obviously at a certain time period, so like things are different now, and I think the movie definitely romanticized the character a lot more, but that was a really fun read.
Okay, love.
I stepped out of my fantasy.
Yes.
And I think I've recently watched Dune.
Okay.
And
I've actually never seen.
it is so good.
My brother is obsessed.
Like,
it is on my list of things I know I need to watch. I also would like to read the book.
yeah.
Wait, so you've seen the movie but not read the book?
Yes.
And and you want to read the book?
Yes. So I'm in between Dune or Handmaid's Tale. I haven't finished Handmaid's Tale yet.
Wait,
But
I'm gonna be so for real. I did not know that was also a book. Maybe I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
it is. It's like a tiny one.
Oh.
Like, obviously, it's like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
4 seasons. But yeah, it's a small book. So I was like, maybe I could do that one because Dune is like,
Wait, the whole TV show is one book.
I think
So they just probably made it a lot more of like in depth for the TV show.
I think, don't quote me because I haven't.
I've never watched it, so I don't know either.
I'm like 1 episode in, so I like genuinely have no idea. But
So you're going TV / movie first,
To book.
then book.
Yeah.
So you're doing the opposite of what my reading journey was.
Yeah, but I think it's because like I think I'm kind of backed up on being up to date with like what movies are good and like what shows are good because I'm like a habitual like rewatcher.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was trying to expand my like discography.
That's good.
And I was like, okay, like if I'm expanding my movie discography, TV show discography, I should do that with books.
Totally.
Yeah, so I think fully obsessed with Dune right now. Like had that effect with ACOTAR where like I could not stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
And like
You're reading it.
no, when I watched the movie.
Okay. Did you watch
And
both or just okay?
It's so good. Like I think you would love it.
I think I would too.
I tried. So there were a couple times where I tried watching it like on a flight or something, and I couldn't get into it. It's definitely a movie where I enjoyed watching it with someone else.
So the very first time I attempted to watch it / the only time I've attempted to watch it was with my friend Courtney, and we literally just like went to her house. We were having like a hangout. We were eating sushi, and we were like, let's put something on. And she was like, have you ever seen Dune? And I was like, no, but I know I need to watch it. Yeah. It's like a long movie, and neither of us were intending on sitting through that whole movie, so we watched like the first like maybe 25 minutes, and in my brain I was like, okay, like I could see why this probably gets good, but I just was like, I'm not hooked. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't be. I honestly think the opposite. I think I need to watch that by myself.
Oh really?
Or with someone who has seen it and loves it and like will happily rewatch it.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of mourn the idea of seeing it in theaters. Like I think I would have really enjoyed the theater experience for that.
No, honestly, after watching both movies, like I will be at the theater, like IMAX for the third one. Yeah. I feel like Timothy just did such a good job, but I think like I'm looking at it as the same way as like starting a new fantasy book is like there's a lot of world building, so it feels really slow in the beginning. Yeah. Genuinely did not know what was going on for like the first half of the movie.
Literally how I felt, and that's why I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it was so confusing. But I think that's what helped me watching with someone else because I was like, we were bouncing questions off of each other.
Right.
And like that really helped. But once you get into it, like I know that they changed a lot of the movie from the book though. Because the books are like, there's like 4 or 5 books, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so I feel like it's very different, but it's a classic. I remember when I worked at Barnes & Noble, like constant like fans were coming in.
That job just makes so much sense for you.
It was the best job ever. I was genuinely my happiest there.
I love that. Wow. Okay. So what's your timeline on when you're going to start the book?
I was honestly trying to go to the bookstore like sometime this weekend.
Oh my God, love.
But like I just don't know Dune or Handmaid's Tale, or like what if I get to the point where I read the first chapter and I'm not into it and I'm like, okay, what book?
I think that you just have to power through.
I know.
Like
I give myself too much
fake
grace.
it till you make it, dude.
I know.
Take your own advice.
I gotta apply it to this. I do.
I sometimes feel like that's like the only way. Like, do you know how many times I've met people who I like the topic of ACOTAR comes up and I'm like, oh my God, did you read it? Did you enjoy it? And they're like, I tried, but I had to stop. And I'm like, what do you mean you had to stop? I'm like, it's the best series ever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, honestly, like, actually, I'm gonna be so for real. I don't think there was ever a moment while I was reading that book where I was like, I'm giving up.
Yeah.
Because I was so dedicated to finishing. However,
the second you're in, you're in.
I can understand why people did give up. My friend Ashley actually is one of the people who gave up on ACOTAR.
Really?
I think
we had to convince her.
Maybe I'm speaking uninformed, but I'm pretty sure she did have to stop at Mist and Fury, maybe. Wait, that's the second. Is that the second one? No.
The second one.
Maybe she got to the third one. I don't remember.
Both of those
maybe
are
she
very
just
long,
paused
though.
and not gave up. But I have met multiple people that are like, I just had to stop. And I'm
Yeah.
like, in
Yeah.
the middle of a book is crazy. Stopping like after one of the books and not wanting to go into a next, I'm like, sure, I get that. Whether it's a break indefinitely or just like for the meantime, because like I also couldn't read them back to back.
Yeah.
But stopping in the middle of a book is like, it's like kind of, I get it, but it's like,
I think I definitely get it with A Court of Mist and Fury.
yeah, that one was really long.
Yeah, even when I was re-listening to it, I was like, there's a lot of fluff in here like I don't need to be listening to. So I feel like it would be much worse when you're reading it.
I also think I might have read that one when I was on vacation, and that really helped because like all I was doing was reading.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I was reading the last one when I was on my cruise, and that one's also Silver Flames is so long.
Oh,
that one's the longest. It's like 700 pages.
That's when I had to pause. I had to pause reading that one because like
I loved that one.
To be completely honest, like Nesta isn't my favorite character. We've talked about this.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, to be fair, she's not my favorite. Well, no, actually, I do think I like her more than Feyre. I like Feyre. Ugh, actually, now I don't know.
Okay, I liked Feyre in the second and third book, but in Silver Flames and Frost and Starlight,
she's just kind of insufferable.
Yeah, like you have more depth to you and you're just not there.
Wait, so are we like excited about Elaine's book? Like that's confirmed it's Elaine's book, right?
I haven't heard. I've only heard
the next
theories.
book's coming.
Yes, next book is coming.
She just confirmed her first draft is finished. I saw it.
I mean, I hope it's Elaine's because it wouldn't make sense for it to be anything else.
That's what everyone was like theorizing.
Yeah. I don't want to give like spoilers, but we need a debrief about the conspiracies about Elaine's book.
We'll do that offline.
Yeah.
I actually don't think I know any, so you're just gonna have to fill me in.
This was recent, so yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay, fabulous. Yeah, sorry to those who literally have no idea what we're talking about when we talk about our fantasy books, but like if you're gonna listen to this episode, you're gonna know what you're getting yourself into. Don't you worry, I'll give you a heads up. So, and if you are a reader and are intrigued, highly recommend.
I really hope that this conversation like gets people
oh my God.
to read. That'd be amazing.
If someone gave me that feedback, I think I would shed a tear.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it's so satisfying to recommend a book to someone, they end up reading it and they love it. Like it just feels so
you with
gratifying.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally the biggest example.
It feels so good.
Whenever I tell people to read ACOTAR and then they start reading it and they don't like it, I'm like, I'm just gonna go.
Like,
I'm
sorry,
gonna
that
leave
wasn't
now.
me.
No, like literally that's so annoying. That's fine. Wait, so you never finished Icebreaker?
I didn't.
Okay, fine. What about?
I think
What
though, I
about-
would prefer to like actually read it. I've actually been thinking
Read the
about,
physical book.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking like I think I'm not big on like regular fiction.
Yeah.
I stick mainly to fantasy.
Yeah.
But I think I want to try again and maybe Icebreaker be
I
the
can give you
one.
some recs.
Yeah, please.
Do you want them to be like romance ones?
It could be.
Wait, I forget. You have a Goodreads, yeah?
I do.
But you update it now or no? Because there
I
was
haven't in a long time.
there was an era where you didn't, right?
Yeah.
I actually haven't opened my Goodreads in some time. Oh my God, Goodreads got an update, new font.
Yeah, I
think.
haven't been on it in a long time.
I can give you some good recs.
Yeah,
I'm
please.
opening my Goodreads just for a little bit. Have you? It's so cliche, but have you read like the Colleen Hoover? Okay,
I think she's
to
the
be
one.
so fair, you don't have to.
Okay, yeah. 'cause
I would give
feel
you
like-
one book to read, and it would be Verity.
Okay, that's the one that intrigues me the most.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably pass on the rest of her books just
Totally.
because I think I tried reading. What's that really big one? That was a movie.
It ends with us.
I think I tried reading it.
So fair that you didn't like
But
it,
the
or you
writing
couldn't.
is just like a little too like
It's
simple.
cringe.
Yeah, it's
A
like,
little.
A little. I did like the movie though, surprisingly.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, because I watched it. I was like, I'm just gonna try it. It's like a controversial topic right now. And
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Seeing the movie after reading the book, I was kind of like, yeah, the book was better.
Oh, really?
But I mean, the movie was pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, there's just like so much controversy around that movie now that's like, what?
Yeah, true.
But also, I just went back and because I'm scrolling, I was reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is the third one while I was on my cruise, and that one is also a really large one, I believe.
Yeah, I feel
that
like
one's,
the first half is also
very 700
much,
pages.
Yeah.
After reading these books, because I think Silver Flames is 800. Oh no, 757. Silver Flames is the longest. After reading those books, I truly did feel like the most accomplished human on the planet, knowing I read an almost 800-page book.
Yeah, no, I think
truly crazy.
I think I read A Court of Wings and Ruin in like a day. Like I didn't sleep.
That is like some crazy. Sabrina's like the fastest reader I know, and she also read them so quickly.
Yeah, like
she bulldozed through them as well.
Yeah, there was a point in time where like I would not sleep because I was enjoying a book too much.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
that would happen. I would be staying up way too late, and then I would wake up the next day and be like, oh, but that is why I was consuming my every thought, because I was literally falling asleep to reading these books. I would wake up early so that I could continue reading before work.
Yes.
Like sick in the head.
Yeah, that's a canon event, I think.
But kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's an experience everyone needs to have at least once. And so I'm glad that I did get to live through that era of my life, which I probably will relive at some point with a new book.
Yeah.
I was going to say something funny that I've done when, I mean, like, maybe this is a universal thing for the girlies who like books, but when I'm in an airport and I go into like the little convenience stores or whatever, and there's always like the book wall, and it's always books that are like, you know, being talked about right now.
Yeah.
When ACOTAR was like what everyone was talking about, if I was actively reading it, like whichever one, I would go, or honestly even just now that I finished it all, I would go and just pick up whichever book I wanted, and I would just like and then land on a page, and then I would see what scene I would land at, and just like kind of relive like a little blip of the moment while standing in the airport.
I do that when I go to like the store, like Barnes and Noble.
Okay, that's actually so fair. But when I go to Barnes and Noble, I'm like, there's so many books I need to learn.
True.
Like, but again, I'm like kind of anti-buying books.
Yeah.
I started buying books though because I want to buy books that are like either books that not necessarily self-help, but like books that I think I would love owning. And I've also thought that like if I were to ever reread books, that those would be the books I'd then go purchase. Yeah. Because like I don't even have a Kindle collection of books because they come and they go through the library.
Right.
But when I go to Barnes and Noble, I just take pictures of books and then I go put myself on the wait list at the library.
That's actually a really good system.
Yeah. Being a library member is literally incredible. Also, isn't the nicest library in California like right next to you or something?
Yeah, it's literally across from my high school.
Hi, so like go be a member. It's free to be at the library, Natalie.
I have to live in that city.
Oh,
so I just need to find some. I don't live in.
Is it Huntington?
Cerritos.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't live
That's the one
there.
with the trees inside?
Yeah, no? it's like the kid, like the children's section has like dinosaurs and stuff in it.
Sick.
Yeah, it's so cool. And there's like an aquarium.
Can you go?
I can go. I just wouldn't be able to like check out books.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. Okay, so then that's fine. Don't become a member of that one, but
I know, but I have been thinking about going to like my local library. I just have no idea where it is, so I just have to.
Hi, Google.
I know I have to research better. This is on me.
It's okay.
No one else's fault.
I do have the tiny privilege of, because I live in Beverly Hills, I can be a part of the Beverly Hills library, which is obviously only for people who live here.
Right.
But I also can be a part of the LA County Library system.
Wait,
so
that's
like
so cool.
I can go to West Hollywood and I can go here.
Do you like those libraries? Like, are they big?
The Beverly Hills one, I honestly envisioned to be way nicer than it is. It's like very like old library vibes, but like because I have access to two libraries, it's more likely I'll get off the wait list for a more popular book.
Right.
But the Beverly Hills collection is a lot smaller. So like for ACOTAR, for example, they would have like 2 copies or however many, and like West Hollywood has like 50 copies.
Oh wow, okay.
Like these popular books, when they get like when everyone's trying to read them, like there will be like thousands of people on the wait. Like I'll be like 1,200 on a wait list.
Wait, that kind of makes me feel good though that many people have like a library card.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Pro library.
Love.
So if you're wanting to get into reading, go to the library. Life hack. Wow, we had a lot of good book conversations. Sorry to those who are not readers, but you know, whatever.
Maybe they'll get them into it.
Yeah. I guess one other thing that I kind of want to ask about, what is your like current relationship with like manifesting and all of the like all of the spirituality of life and all of it?
This is actually a really interesting question. I was thinking about this like leading up to this like conversation, because I feel like I really tapped into like manifestation when I was like down bad.
Valid.
Yeah, right.
That's real.
So I feel like because now I feel a little bit stable, I haven't been as invested.
Yeah.
I feel like I fully knew like what my daily horoscope was and like what I needed to expect with like
We've talked about this many times.
Yeah, but I feel like because I'm just so busy with work and like just life stuff, I haven't really been that.
And life is good.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Honestly, love that.
Yeah.
I feel like leaning into spirituality and even maybe religion for some people does usually happen in times of like need. Like you need to be tapping into it. Did you see my TikTok of me seeing like 12 angel numbers in a row?
Okay, to be fair, whenever I see 444, I think of you.
Oh my God.
Like I genuinely, it's always like Olivia.
That's like maybe the nicest thing. Kidding, but that's really sweet.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was having this thought. For those who don't know, I'm like very in tune with angel numbers and whatnot. And like, I know some people think it's like super woo-woo and like not legitimate, but also like if you believe in it, then you believe in it. Like that's just kind of what it is. There was an era of my life where I could pull it up on my phone right now, but I was looking at my phone or like catching the time 444 every single day. And I think maybe like could have been placebo at a point where like I just kind of knew when it was close to that time that maybe I just like instinctively would I don't know, like, but truthfully it felt super like authentic and I just like happened to catch it. And I also was seeing it everywhere, and like that's when I started really feeling like that was like my angel number because of like all of the things going on in my life, because I feel like I'm really ebbing and flowing through life, and like there's a lot of new things are changing, and I'm just growing in many different ways and whatnot. I feel like I've seen genuinely like all of the angel numbers, like they're kind of everywhere all the time. Like I sometimes have to bring myself to reality and be like, okay, am I looking for the angel numbers or are they finding me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I will find an angel number in a license plate 12 times while driving. Like they
God.
are all the time.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where I'm like, am I looking for it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I'll literally glance at a car. Like, I mean, you pass 1 trillion cars while driving in a day that like when I'm catching them, it's almost like my brain is like, look that way. And that's when it feels like, okay, I was meant to see that. And like recently I've been seeing a lot of like 333. I've been seeing 2 and I've been seeing 9. Ooh. And the thing about 9, and this is more recently, it's interesting to me. It's like new beginnings. And that one I like never ever saw in the past few years. Right now, because of what I told you earlier, which it's like not a secret, but I just like, there's new things happening in my life career-wise. The 999 new beginnings, I'm like clocking it. I'm like, what does that mean for me? Like that kind of makes me feel excited because like, okay, there are new beginnings coming.
No, honestly, I genuinely believe that the universe has planned for every single one of us.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I've said this in podcast episodes before. I think I've said that I don't necessarily think that our lives are written for us. But I do think that there's like a path that we all could/should be going down. And like everything does truly happen for a reason. But I also think, have you ever seen any Marvel movies? Are you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're
big Marvel.
I forgot. I couldn't remember. The multiverse, I also feel like is like real.
Fully believe in the multiverse.
Same.
I think about it often,
Same.
actually, because I'm like, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what other universe me is doing.
That is so funny. I for sure have had thoughts like that before. Yeah. I also believe in like the butterfly effect and stuff. Like every little thing that you do can like change the trajectory of like also the whole butterfly effect thing, like the TikTok of it all, like that everyone's talking about. Like I think majority of people don't actually know what the butterfly effect is. Yeah. Everyone should watch the movie Butterfly Effect.
Well, Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yes.
Literally mind blowing.
So to be fair, that was my first R-rated movie I've ever seen.
It's kind of scary.
I was a literal child. I was like 5 and it was fresh after my parents' divorce and my dad brought me, and I probably shouldn't say this to the internet, but also like whatever, my parents will forgive me. My mom was pissed that my dad brought like basically a 5-year-old. My dad is literally the best dad on the planet. So like I will not be, this is nothing against him. And also I turned out just fine. But like to go to that movie as a 5-year-old, I do remember it being like kind of scary. Yeah. But I don't think I've really rewatched it.
I haven't. I watched it once and I haven't.
And so then. It's on my list of movies to rewatch because I'd love to. And also everyone's talking about the butterfly effect right now. But on that note, I do believe that it's real. A lot of like the decisions we make obviously lead to others. I guess that's kind of what I just want to talk about. Like angel numbers are truly freaking everywhere for me.
Okay, I think I got to a certain point where I was like, am I looking for them? And I think that's why I kind of took a step back from like thinking about it. Because like also, you know this, I have a terrible memory. So every single time I saw one, I would need to Google it. And I think I also got tired of doing that myself.
Totally.
So I was like, if it's meant for me, I'm going to understand it and know it in the moment.
100%. I have a screenshot of it in my phone that like,
that's so smart.
And you know what is awesome? The new like photos, how you can search your photos.
Oh yeah.
And so it's funny because the second I hit the search button, it's the first suggestion because my phone knows how often I'm searching this. Yeah, I kind of like have been seeing less 444, which I will still always claim that as my angel number. But like it kind of made me be like, oh my God, wait, why am I seeing so many other ones? And now I'm like listening so much closer to like what those actually mean. Yeah. But I think I told you this, that like I at one point wanted 444 tattooed on my body.
I do remember this, yeah.
I still kind of do, but I thought about it to the point where I was like, hold on, like what if truly one day 444 no longer feels like it's mine?
I get it.
So I was honestly just reflecting recently because this month getting my first tattoo and I'm really excited. I was like, honestly, maybe it'd be cute to just get like a little angel.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Because it's kind of like symbolic of angel numbers, but more just like my angels are always there, you know?
Wait, have you ever had your like birth chart read?
Okay, no, but Sabrina's friend's sister does it, and I want her to do it for me. I've had a few friends that know someone or something, so I would love for it to be done.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes, I fully, not by professional.
That's
so Wendy, she's like really into horoscopes, and like her boyfriend's really into numerology. So like I always like to talk to them about this kind of stuff, but she fully did a like in-depth birth chart reading for me, and it was like 10 pages. Yeah, it was insane. And like,
what did you learn? If you can talk about it.
I can talk about it. I mean, it's really long, so I feel like I don't fully remember, but I think one that stuck out to me the most was like, it like basically confirmed that I'm in the right space for my career. Yeah, like my chart was saying that I work really well in like a creative space, but like, I think it was like, I'm gonna like grow into it. Like there's a lot of trials and tribulations at the beginning of my career, and then I really grow into it, like working collaboratively with creatives. And I feel like that was a really, I mean, career is like a really big house in my chart, I think is what she said. But I like fully believe like each house you'll learn like where your birth, I don't even remember it, where the planets are when you were born, the time, day, and place. And I think it really makes sense when you're getting it read to you and you're like, okay, this makes sense about me.
Isn't it crazy that like the minute we were born, we were all kind of like just like destined, like everything that was meant to happen was kind of already like, I mean, we said this, but like quite literally written in the stars.
Yes. No, I think about this often. Like
it's kind of freaky.
I was recently talking to someone about how it's insane that people
don't believe it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they don't believe it, and they just think it's like just a silly little like, woo woo.
I love being woo woo.
No, me too. And I feel like it just makes sense. Like for example, if you have co-star, right? You can like see your chart and see like, I don't know, where your Venus sign is, like what planet it's in, and like mine is in Virgo, and that means like I'm very like structured, and I really need like, I'm super critical, and I need like super clear communication, and I feel like that was like me to the T. I don't know what all the other kind of planets mean, but I feel like because it's been so accurate with things like career, love, I think it just makes sense.
I wish.
It's undeniable.
I wish in my life, I mean, I hope one day I will be at this point, but I wish I could understand it.
Me too.
More. So I don't know if you remember this, but there was a trend on TikTok where people were posting their birth charts and literally being like, read this and tell me what you know. Like what, like tell me about me basically.
Yeah.
And I created that, put it in my drafts, and then started like looking at other people's, and I would find comments of people being like, don't post your birth chart on the internet because basically like, honestly, I think people could like hex you. Like I don't, that's like not the right terminology. I mean, maybe it kind of is, but like,
I think it is.
I think if you post your birth chart, because correct me if I'm wrong, but like your birth chart's like kind of somewhat like your fingerprint. Like everyone's is different.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that there were also people born. Yeah. I mean, there were other babies probably being born in the same time and place that we were.
Yeah.
But like still things are different. I think.
No,
I
definitely.
assume. I don't really know how it all works, but like I then chickened out. But oh my God, I wanted to post it so bad. Cause like, okay, I don't have that many followers, but like what if for whatever reason mine goes viral?
Yeah.
And then like so many people have my birth chart and then what? Like I'm scared for my life.
But honestly, I do think like, I truly believe that your birth chart is so inherently you. It's almost like giving someone like
your social security number.
Yeah, social security. Like they know everything. They can like track every place you've lived or like, I don't know. Like
kind of scary.
Yeah. It's very sensitive information.
Can you like, okay, so you know how obviously you need your like time and place of birth to get that. Can someone who's like super into astrology backtrack your chart to that information?
I think so. Because even when Wendy did it, like I just gave her where I was born, like the time, and then she pulled up everything and did like a full analysis.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's like, it's
I mean,
so
not like truly, I mean, if I told someone when and where I was born, like it's not really going to share any, like I no longer live in that state.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't really matter, but like I read one comment and I was like, that's enough to tell me not to do it.
Yeah, honestly, and especially like I think about digital footprint a lot.
Oh my God.
Like the second it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Right.
And it's never going to be on.
That kind of freaked me out.
Yeah.
So I was like, even though my digital footprint is like questionable, but like,
it's different though.
That I was like, I'm going to get that one to myself. But I do want to give it to a professional and have it read because like, oh my God, I would love.
I think it's worth it.
Tarot cards. Have you ever had them read for you?
No, I'm scared. Oh, I did actually. I was on a brand trip and someone did it for me.
Like a legit person or like
I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know. I feel like
was it an activation or someone was like, let me do your
activation
reading? Okay, I mean,
so I never know.
I mean, if you're doing it, I feel like you're legit, but sometimes like I have to be a skeptic in and a realist when it comes to like palm readers and like horoscope people, because I'm like,
it's a fine line.
It is, because I'm like, I believe that people know how to do this and have like an intuition and all those things, and there's like, I believe all of that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be a spiritual person if I didn't, but I do think that people know how to take advantage.
No, 100%.
And do it for the money.
Yeah. I actually have a story behind this because
Story time, tell us.
yeah, so I went to a pet psychic.
I was kind of obsessed with that.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? I've seen so many
Heifer?
For Heifer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to give context on Heifer if you...
Yeah, so Heifer is my cat of 11 years. She's my baby, but she was recently diagnosed with cancer. She's been fighting for about a year now. She's still hanging in there, but she is terminal now. I know.
Zoe.
It's okay. It's okay. I've like made my peace. She's still doing really well. So like
Good.
taking advantage of our time. But yeah, so I went to a pet psychic to kind of see like, is there anything else I can do to like make the rest of her life the best it could possibly be? And me wanting to ball on a budget.
Yeah.
I went to like the cheapest option I could find. Cause like
That's fine.
there are pet psychics that go for like $300 for 2 hours, or not even 2 hours, like 30 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pay $50 because I don't know if it's legit or not.
Totally.
The girl with Fully was not legit.
Damn.
Because like, I think I did it right after I got the diagnosis of like, oh, she's terminal. So I think I was like, obviously not in my right headspace.
For sure.
So like,
you were like, let me do anything to get some kind of information.
Exactly. And like, my biggest question was like, or not even my biggest question, like she started off as like, oh, do you call her this? And it's Heffy. And I was like, yeah, I do. Like, this makes you so legit. I thought back and I was like, wait, I don't call her that.
She gaslit you.
She gaslit me. She was like, she wants me to refer to her as Heffy. And I was
also, like, if you did you tell her?
I told her nothing because that was like my mindset. I was like,
So she didn't know.
She knew she was sick.
And she didn't know her name was Heifer.
She knew her name was Heifer.
Okay.
But that was it.
But like, if her name is Heifer, you can like easily be like Heffy.
That was my thought.
That's like being like, oh, do you call Olivia Liv?
Exactly.
Like,
but that was my thought after.
Totally. In the moment, you're probably like, yeah.
Yeah. And I even talked to Dominic about it and I was like, wait a second. We don't call her that ever.
Was he in the session?
No, he wasn't. I was so embarrassed.
That's fair.
I was so embarrassed.
Is he a believer or a skeptic? Because I feel
skeptic.
Like, yeah, he would have been like,
yeah,
the whole
exactly,
time.
Exactly. Thank God he didn't give me any shit for it though.
Yeah.
Because I was so embarrassed after.
Good boyfriend.
Yeah, like it was like the most mundane question. She was like, she really wants you to feed her like the gravy in the canned food.
like, okay, girl, every cat probably wants.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get
but like
that.
in the moment, I was like, she gets it. Like she's talking to her. Aww. And I remember being there, like, because it was over FaceTime. And I remember being on the phone and I was like looking at Heifer and I was like, is she talking to her? I was like, I think she is. But then I gaslit myself.
No, it's okay though. I would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah, I was desperate for answers, but I think that's also like where it's scary with this kind of like spirituality aspect.
Totally.
Because people are going to take advantage of people who are looking for answers.
100%.
Yeah.
Like we said, people when they're down bad are like go towards spirituality and religion, and sometimes that's the easiest person to take advantage of. Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to be a little bit skeptical if you believe.
You have to.
Yeah.
Just to protect yourself.
Yeah. But have you gotten your tarot cards read?
No, I want to. There was a girl in college that was friends with all my friends via sorority, like a different one that I wasn't in. And there was a night where like all of my friends got together and she read everyone's cards, but I was out of town that weekend.
Of course.
And I was like, the one weekend, like the one thing I want. I've literally told, and so many of my friends were like, I didn't care about it. And I was like, it's the one thing I've wanted done.
Yeah.
So I never did it. And then to be quite frank, like I don't want to pay for that.
No, valid.
One, I don't want to pay for that because legitimacy. And two, like I just know that when woo-woo of me, when it's meant to find me, it will. And so I've met a couple people who are like, I know how to read tarot cards. I'm like so happy to do your reading, but it's like in the moment that we're in or we're having that conversation, like they don't have them or like it's just like not the right time. So I've never had it done. But a girl I just recently met, she told me that she knows how to do it. And I was like, girl, I'm gonna take you up on this offer. Like we are gonna hang out. We're gonna go to a park. It's gonna be a cute moment and you're gonna read my tarot cards. And she's like, say less.
Oh my gosh.
So anyone who ever tells me they're spiritual, that's my first question.
Yeah.
A lot of people who like really give the strong spiritual energy
Yeah.
can read a tarot card.
No, but okay, you know what? Someone brought this up to me recently and they were saying that they feel that everyone has the potential to tap into that.
I think I could.
You think so? I don't think I could.
Because I trust my gut and my intuition so much.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
Right. Okay.
I do not trust my gut ever.
So that's like the thing that I listen to the most.
Yeah.
So I think that I could do it. However, the skeptic in me, not for my own abilities, but I sometimes feel like when it comes to spirituality and people, like birth charts are a little different because I do think it's very like legitimate and like written in the stars kind of vibes. But sometimes like when you're reading horoscopes or like the tarot cards, like you're so in the headspace of like, this is about me that you gaslight yourself into being like, you're making it applicable when maybe it's not, or it's super generalized.
Yeah.
I do know that there's like super specific situations where like, okay, hi, that is about me. That's how I'm living through my life, whatever.
Yeah.
You know how like there's so many Instagram accounts where like, it's like, if you're born in this month, this is your horoscope, or like, obviously
I follow so many.
Yeah. Or like the like glossy zodiac or whatever that account is, that like, it's always like this is a Scorpio, this is a Virgo, whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously like everyone eats that up. Yeah. And like there's logic behind them, but sometimes when there's like actual horoscopes or like things that are like, this is what your month's gonna look like, Scorpio or whatever, I'll like read it and I'll sit there and I'll be like, oh my God, that's so accurate. That's literally me. And like, I mean, I'm guilty of posting it on my story and whatnot. Then in the moment, if I have a second thought about it, I'm like, let me just like go scroll on like any other one and read it and be like, does this also apply to me?
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, these are all generalized and no one's catching it because everyone's only looking at their own. So then they're like, yeah, obviously this is about me.
Yeah.
And I've definitely done it. And I'm like, this does not have anything to do with me at all.
Yeah.
I will sometimes read my rising sign because I'm a Cancer rising.
I was going to ask you, like, are you super into like understanding your rising and moon too? I mean, we had this conversation before.
We have. I know my big three and I understand them to a point. So my sun and moon are both Scorpio.
Okay.
And I'm a Cancer rising. So I really only have to pay attention to Scorpio and Cancer.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of me with Libra and Scorpio.
Yeah. And so wait, you're double Libra.
I'm moon and rising Scorpio.
God, that's why we get along so well.
Yeah, honestly.
Obviously. I think I know enough about myself in those. I don't know it about anyone else.
Like, that's exactly how I am.
When I don't know if I've told you this, but one of my friends is a pretty spiritual person, and like I've watched her like guess people's zodiac signs before.
That's so impressive.
But like she's not like super, like she's not someone who reads tarot cards or whatever. She just like can do it sometimes. And I'm like, that's a crazy skill. And I asked her once, I was like, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah.
And she was like, truthfully, I know enough people who are those zodiac signs that I figure out who this person is most like in my life. Sometimes it's just a lucky guess.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's kind of crazy. However, like I know a lot of Scorpios. I don't think we're all the same, but I do think we have similar qualities. I also have a lot of Gemini friends.
I love Geminis.
And I do think I can find a similarity in them. So if I were to meet someone and be like, you remind me of these people in my life, I could be like, are you a Gemini? Like, I feel like I could probably guess.
There's a certain aspect to astrology where it's like psychological too, I feel like. Like it's just understanding behaviors.
Yeah.
In certain groups of people.
Yeah.
And I think that also, again, is a fine line of like, okay, like, are you manipulating because you understand the psychology behind it? Or like you actually understand the spirituality side of it?
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends, Ashley, is a Virgo. She's such a Virgo.
Yeah.
Like it makes so much sense.
I like Lisa.
And Lisa's a Virgo.
She's very much a Virgo.
Like that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just like certain things. The one thing I don't fully understand, well, not fully understand, but like people who are on the cusp, I know that like they sometimes have like multiple, which that would give me a headache if I was one of those people.
I'm literally a cusp.
And okay, so that's crazy.
It's tough.
What do you a cusp between?
Virgo and Libra. So when Virgo ends, it's Libra.
Because you have like a touch of Virgo in you.
Yeah, I'm literally psychotic sometimes.
Well,
but I feel like I'm not that I don't like Virgos, but like I don't get along with them because we clash so much. And I think that's the inner Virgo of me. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Interesting. Also, I assume every horoscope has this, but like I think they all overlap into 2 months, right? So like I've had conversations with people who are November Scorpios and I'm an October Scorpio, and I'm like, I think we're different.
Yes.
And I've also read the difference sometimes between them. So like that is like a concept to me that I'm like, huh?
It's kind of hard because like even I'm a September Libra and then my best friend is an October Libra. We're so different.
Yeah.
But we get along as well. Like I don't know.
Right.
I get it.
It's also crazy that like an October Libra and an October Scorpio are just like so different.
Oh my, I didn't even think about that.
Like, or like you being like, you know, like it's just, you're born in the same month and like you're 2 different horoscopes and I don't know.
Yeah.
We're truly hitting topics that are so niche to certain categories of people, but honestly, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like truly, if you don't read and you don't know your horoscope things, like you're going to literally hate this whole conversation.
This is hilarious.
I actually don't care. Respectfully. I feel like now so much like spiritual things are going to happen because we just had this long conversation.
We like put it into the universe and now it's like, we're going to show you.
Yeah. There was a point back to the angel numbers of it all where I was taking a photo of every angel number I saw.
I do remember this.
They're kind of all around me and I'm honestly feeling like that's just a blessing.
Yeah.
Like they're all around me because my angels are all around me. They're looking out for me.
Yeah.
And especially when I'm in my like unsure era of life. I'm very sure of myself and everything that I'm doing, and I trust that it's all going to work out, but I'm unsure of actually what the next steps of my life are. I think I've just gotten to the point where like I can't really feel like every angel number I see is significant, because I just have to trust that like it's just because everything in my life is kind of on the right path.
Yeah. And I think too, something that at least when I read or like hear like people who can read astrology and like tarot cards and stuff, they always say at the beginning, like, take what resonates with you.
Right.
So although you're seeing it, like, it may not resonate with what's happening right now, and it could just be a sign from your angels saying like, hey, I'm here, and like it's just extra reassurance that like you are on the right path.
Yeah.
Versus like, this is what's happening or it's gonna happen now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's also, you just saying like take what resonates with you just triggered the amount of TikTok videos I would get of tarot card readings. So in theory I have had tarot cards read to me. They just were via TikTok.
Yeah.
And the amount of times that I've watched them and I'm like, this was for me, which is like psycho bonkers.
I've done it, don't worry.
Of course, to the point where I was like, okay, I'm being fed too many tarot card readings that it's getting concerning, and now I'm like, now this feels like it's fake.
Right.
So that I stopped interacting with them, and now I no longer get them. So if they do pop up, I'm like, this was meant for me.
Yeah, it's the algorithm, you can shift it, remember?
I know, which is why I was like, okay, relax, Olivia, this is not actually, they're not talking to you directly. This is not for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's truly crazy.
It is.
Wow.
It is.
Okay, we just had like a really great conversation that was almost 2 hours long.
No way.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like 2 hours.
That's the best news.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered most of my notes of what I had.
Love.
Well, one, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to talk about? Like any last thoughts or this is your free for all free space. You can totally say no.
I feel like my biggest thing is like, obviously we're girls in our 20s, right?
Right.
And I want to say like any other girl in their 20s and they feel like lost or they feel like they don't know what the next step in their life is, just take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Because I think at the beginning of my 20s, I was like really, really lost and I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to be. You'll eventually get there regardless. And I think that's my biggest takeaway with this conversation, because like I feel like that's also how our friendship evolved. Like we started off like so new in the industry, not really like knowing what we wanted, and like we're evolving every single day, and like it's
every single
great.
day. Every single day.
Yeah.
We're thinking about us being, what were we, like 20? If I was like 23 going to 24.
I don't know how old I was. I don't remember.
I'm about to be 28, which is disgusting.
I know I'm gonna be 27. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, so we were 23. We were about 23 and 24. You could have been 22 when I met you.
Yeah, that feels.
But we were babies.
Yeah.
Babies. And thinking about that. And now we're like in our late 20s.
I know.
It makes me sick.
I can't even think about that. It's
But
awful.
like, it is crazy how much we have evolved. And I love that you just said that. Also, I literally sit and think that and remind that to myself every single day.
We're evolving
like,
every single
also,
day.
being in your late 20s is not actually old. Like,
No, it's really not.
I have to say that all the time to myself. When
30s is the new 20s.
it is.
I fully believe it.
I said that in my most recent podcast, past episode.
Okay, love.
No, I'm excited for 30s.
Me too.
Not yet though, but like in general.
Yeah.
This also, now going into wrapping the episode, kind of hand in hand with what you just said, you got a little ahead of it, which is totally fine. I would love to make it a frequent thing when I have a guest. This is more of a PSA announcement for those listening. Considering this is my unsolicited advice, I love to have an advice segment. In general, a lot of what we discuss is like advice-ish, but like also I love a good kiki with a friend, and that's a lot of what this was. But to be on theme with the actual podcast, is there any piece of advice you would like to share? It could be in addition to what you just said, or you can stick with that. It could be something you wish you knew sooner, a motto to live by, a piece of advice you wish you could tell your younger self, the best piece of advice someone has given you. It doesn't need to be profound. It just needs to be something that you want to leave this episode with.
I mean, we've talked about it at the beginning of this conversation, but fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That fully has been, I know it sounds insane because you never want to show up inauthentically
Totally.
in your life, but I feel like that's just the best way to push yourself to the best possible version you can be. And you can kind of just trick yourself into like turning into who you want to be. So fake it till you make it.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
One note, because I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that truly is great advice. Something that I had to, and this could be just common knowledge and whatever, but sometimes when you say fake it till you make it, you have to remind yourself that like faking it till you make it isn't you being fake.
Totally.
They're different.
Yeah.
You're just like working your way through a situation that maybe you have never lived through before or don't know how to operate through. But as long as you just like get through it, you just keep getting through it every day. Pretend like you know what you're doing, but you're not being fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Faking it and being fake are not the same. That's truly the best way to get through it.
Honestly.
To piggyback off of that, because I guess I'll give a piece of advice too while I'm here. Like what you said, where when you fake it till you make it long enough until you become. A lot of what people say is like show up every day as the person you want to be. And then the longer you do it, it's who you become.
Yes.
And I mean, I wish I could actually like live through that advice because it's really hard.
It is. I love that.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to take that.
Love. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
This was so fun.
I had a great time.
Yay! My first official guest via video podcast and relaunch. So yay. Congrats to you. Anything else you'd like to share or mention before we wrap? Any last thoughts? You want to self-promo social media?
Oh gosh.
You don't have to.
No.
You can say no.
I honestly don't have anything to self-promo, but
Okay, fine.
keep listening to my unsolicited advice.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Of course.
That is so nice.
And I hope to be back soon. I feel like this is fun.
You are more than welcome to come back.
Okay, love.
Bring Wendy. Yeah. I'm kind of kidding, but like also if she's down, then like,
I'm sure she
down.
would be.
Okay, obsessed.
Fun.
I'm probably going to cut that because that stresses me out that I just put that into the world. But
No,
like,
you don't have to.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Natalie.
I know,
for
thank
joining
you.
me.
I had such a great time, and I really hope that we can do it again soon.
And with all of that being said, this has been my unsolicited advice. Bye. Yay.
Bye.